Hey, Walter Sorrells back with more tips for the knife maker. Today, just a quick video to show a building block technique in forging known as drawing. In blacksmithing, the term draw just means to elongate. I'll be using my forge press for the job. Now, you could theoretically do this by hand, but in real life, it would be incredibly arduous to forge out something as big as the stock we're using here by hand. Now, forge presses typically are made to accept various dies which slide in and out to accomplish various different kinds of tasks. Today, I'll start with drawing dies. Drawing dies are intended to push the material lengthwise without expanding it much in width. This is accomplished by having a domed face on the die, which just squeezes the metal in one direction. The situation here is that you don't always have the perfect bar of steel to do whatever project you want to work on. I'm about to make a Japanese sword, a katana. Now, in this case, I've got a piece of W2 steel, my favorite steel for functional blades. As it happens, W2 isn't manufactured regularly these days, so you'll often have to take some oddball sizes of steel when you see it on sale, and then break it down later for whatever turns out to be your end product. Anytime we're breaking down stock, we want to work pretty hot in order to speed up the work. Now, there's no great trick here. Basically, I just want to peck away, working as fast as possible, and moving the bar of steel so that each time the press smashes down, I'm basically smashing as much new steel as I can, but not going so far that I leave huge lumps between each stroke. Too even, and I'm wasting heat by going slowly. Too lumpy, and I'm not efficiently reducing the size of the stock, and I'll have to go back and rework it again. The biggest thing you want to be careful of with stock in this size range is not to overdo it. With a reasonably powerful press and a thinnish piece of steel, you can pinch right through the stock and end up with an excessively skinny place in the middle of the stock that makes the whole bar unusable. So I'm always conservative. Better to go a little slow and not screw up than to overshoot and have to start from scratch. I'll work a couple sections this way. As you can see, it pretty quickly gains a ton of length. I'm aiming to produce a bar of steel just a hair over 1/4 of an inch thick and slightly more than 1 inch wide. Hey guys, let me jump in real quick to say if you like what I do in this and my hundreds of other videos, I hope you'll help support me on Patreon. Now, plans for most of my blade builds are available on Patreon to supporters of the channel. So links in the cards in the description, or you can go to patreon.com/Walter Sorrells. All right, back into it. When I get to a point where things are getting into the right range, I'll swap out my drawing dies for flatting dies. In normal English, you'd say flattening, but in blacksmith, it's flatting. I'm just edging my way up to final dimensions, still being careful not to overshoot and pinch it too thin. Measure as you go. This is a pair of dead electronic calipers. Because there's plastic here that can melt, I normally use all steel calipers. It just happens I took them to a blacksmithing convention last month, and I didn't seem to put them back in their home spot, so God knows where they are. But these will do in a pinch. A Occasionally, I'll need to whale on it a little to straighten it out. If I didn't know exactly what I was aiming for next, I'd try to draw this into a really even bar, say 1 inch by a quarter or whatever it might be. But since I know I'm going to be tapering the stock in my next operation making the sword anyway, I'll go ahead and lightly taper it as I go. That's good enough for now, so I'll go ahead and hot cut the end off. This piece was less than 20 inches long to start with, and now it's close to 3 feet. So that's that. Now I'm ready to forge a sword. Thanks for watching, guys. If you feel like you got something out of this video, don't forget to subscribe. Also, click on the link to Patreon for a great way to give back to the channel. Plus, check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Links in the description. If you want something sharp and pointy, maybe a gift for yourself or one of the cooler people in your life, check out my Tactics Armory website and pick up one of our tactical or outdoor knives. And finally, if you want to learn to make Hamones or Japanese swords, check out WalterSorrellsBlades.com, where you can find videos about how I make Hamones, as well as forging, mounting, polishing, and fittings for Japanese swords. Thanks, and see you soon.